Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the walk here at Camp Randall. We are getting set for Big Noon Saturday, Wisconsin and Michigan, and it is getting going here early. We're going to take a little lap around the field, as always, about this time before our Big Noon Saturday. Let's get it going. Wisconsin is out here getting warmed up a little bit early. As you guys know, this is just kind of like the calm before the storm. Guys get out here, they get a little bit loose. Kickers are always warming up. So here's the thing, there's always like kicks flying around, and you got to kind of have your head on a swivel, if you know what I mean. A lot of Wisconsin guys out here. We are about, we're about an hour and 11 minutes, an hour and 12 minutes from kick here at Wisconsin as we kind of head around the field. It's always fun to see alumni as they're over here. I'm going to talk to Jim Leonard here real quick. So that was Jim Leonard. He's the defensive coordinator for Wisconsin. Jim has had a really short and yet successful career. So Jim was a DB coach for just 1 year. He was a walk-on here at Wisconsin. Defensive back, turned into an All-American, played 10 seasons in the National Football League before he came back and was a DB coach for a year. And then after Dave Aranda left and Justin Wilcox left as defensive coordinators, they gave the coordinator position to Justin in just his second year as a full-time coach. And he's done a marvelous job. This Wisconsin defense, number one in basically every single category that you can possibly think of. They have not given up a point, so Michigan is up against it today when you're going against that Wisconsin defense. We're going to say hello to Coach Alvarez here real quick. The godfather of Wisconsin football, Barry Alvarez. Tell you what's great about Barry Alvarez. Every player that's still on the team, they still call him coach, and they still give him credit as if he is the head of the program, which I guess to a certain extent he is as the athletic director, but you just never hear that from around the country. It's just so different. The way that they hold him, the high regard that they hold him in. I'm just going to say really quick, this was my wide receiver coach at Colorado, so I got to say hello to Ted Gilmore here real quick. That's Ted Gilmore. He's the wide receiver coach at Wisconsin. He was the wide receiver coach at Colorado when I was there. It's always good to see those type of guys kind of cross paths way back in the day. What's interesting when you look out here and you just kind of like take the landscape. So like I said, we're about, judging by the scoreboard, 71 minutes and change, so a little over an hour and 11 minutes away from kick. And you can see that Wisconsin is still out here, shorts, t-shirt. Some guys have their helmets on. Kickers are getting loose, everything. It's very loose, okay? So they get their team warm-up started a little bit later than Michigan. Their guys have already been out in their shorts and t-shirt. They've gotten loose, and now they're back in the locker room about to come out for more team-oriented warm-up. So their kickers are already in full dress. getting going. Jake Moody is number 2 down on that far side. He's a heck of a player for them from a kicking standpoint. He's solidified their kicking game really well. I'm going to kind of head over here and see some guys. Michigan, there's not a lot of guys out here from a coaching standpoint, but there's a few. So we'll go say hello to them. How we doing, guys? Man, this Michigan side, everybody's in the locker room. These are all just support staff over here. I love it. So they got rain in the area, possible lightning. That could affect the game. When you're talking about these two teams, normally you would think, rain won't affect them. They're going to want to run the football. And that's certainly the case. Michigan still wants to run the football. But remember, with this new spread style of system, you got to think that Michigan's going to want to try to exploit the secondary for Wisconsin, because Wisconsin's secondary is fairly young. A lot of sophomores back there, a lot of underclassmen. Even though they played some last year, I think Michigan's going to come out and try early to exploit them in that passing game. So if it starts to run, I think that's an advantage for Wisconsin. Both teams coming off of a bye. This is going to be a good one, man. When you talk about pressure, ladies and gentlemen, all the pressure in the world is on the Michigan Wolverines. They came out, yes, they're 2-0, but no one feels comfortable with who they are or what they are right now. So they've got to prove that this new offense is something that can sustain through the Big Ten season. Meanwhile, Wisconsin, no one really thought anything of them in the preseason. And now all of a sudden, they are 2-0. They are borderline top 10 team, 13 in the country, favored over Michigan here at Camp Randall. It's going to be a good one. Big noon Saturday. Gus, Jenny, and I will have the call. Tune in right after the kickoff on Fox.